Happy Veterans Day to all veterans, past and present. I'm the CEO of Blitzy. I was formerly an infantry officer in 1st Ranger Battalion. And really at Blitzy, we view service as a core part of our mission. Even though my time as service has ended, as an organization, we always look for ways to contribute to the greater good. And so when the Great Refactor was posted by the Institute for Progress as an opportunity to contribute to national security, we took it upon ourselves to do what we can. So we are announcing our commitment to help contribute to the Great Refactor, which is shoring up critical vulnerabilities inside of open source code bases. So we'll be releasing our initial results for a large-scale code base and announcing a number of partnerships in the coming months with government and DoD to continue this work to secure critical open source infrastructure that's currently costing our nation over $2 billion a year. So we're excited to do our part in the broader mission to help secure the nation's critical infrastructure.
I've been a user and also an advocate of open source since when a famous book was published, which was called The Cathedral and the Bazaar, juxtaposing ways in which software is built in a closed source environment and ways in which source is built instead with this bazaar approach, which is now famous as open source. Open source has many, many benefits. We all benefit from open source. And so I believe myself, being involved with initiatives in open source in my past, I've seen the benefit of contributing to open source because everybody wants to also support this initiative and effort. And therefore, I believe Blitzy, being a leader, has a unique chance to leverage our own products and technology to dramatically accelerate the end goals of the Great Refactor open source initiative. Why now? Because Blitzy exists and it's possible, and therefore we can do it. And we can do it with confidence. Because we don't only are able to translate from one programming language to another, but Blitzy also makes sure that the code that is delivered is very high quality, tested and documented. So it really is, the Great Refactor is an excellent fit for the capabilities of Blitzy and for the acceleration, because that's what Blitzy delivers at the end of the day. Accelerates the software development lifecycle through agentic AI at scale. And so projects like the Great Refactor provide an excellent opportunity for Blitzy to not only demonstrate its amazing capabilities, but also contribute to the betterment of the open source movement. So the particular project that we are bringing into Rust is called dnsmasq, DNSMASQ, because it's a piece of software that is very widely used in a lot of Internet of Things type of devices, as well as routers. So DNS being the extremely popular protocol that the internet really is founded upon. This is what very much every appliance and every stack out there has embedded into their platform. So we start with Blitzy with our typical process, which guarantees the best outcome. So the step number one consists in ingesting the source code, okay? That process of ingestion starts Blitzy with like a deep understanding of how this code is structured. Goes line by line, file by file, and creates a deep understanding of the code base, and a result is a technical specification which can be hundreds of pages long, which is extremely detailed with charts and everything, and truly represents captures the essence and the details of the code base. That's step number one. That's what we will consider the home base. From that, the next step consists in documenting the source code in the file and the repo, okay, by providing inline comments and readmes of all the modules. So that's also accomplished through a documentation prompt. So we at Blitzy create a documentation prompt for Blitzy to say, hey Blitzy, do this, and that. The more detailed the prompt, the more specific, the better the job that Blitzy does, and the better the outcome of that. So when the process begins, we give Blitzy the prompt, and then Blitzy starts generating something called an agent action plan. What is an agent action plan? Is the understanding that Blitzy has of the intent that was captured through the prompt, and giving like a complete list of all the actions that Blitzy will take as a result of the understanding of the prompt. We have a chance to iterate on that and tweak it to be 100% certain that that's exactly what we want. And when we're ready, we say, Blitzy, go. We unleash Blitzy to create this documentation. Now, depending on the size of the code base, it can take a few hours or several days. And so that's one of the magic of Blitzy, is what we call system queue thinking. Because Blitzy doesn't try to give you a quick answer, does a much deeper job, unleashes and deploys thousands of agents who collaborate with each other and really generate a pull request as the final output that is very highly vetted. And so at that point, once we get to the pull request, the humans have an opportunity to review it, of course. And as well, to review also another important document, which is also included in the pull request, which we refer to as the project guide. So the project guide, in great detail again, describes all the quantum of work that Blitzy has done, and captures that both with a percentage and with a very detailed list of tasks and activities that Blitzy has accomplished, as well as included in the project guide is the specification of what's left to do best to the team of humans, because there are certain things that are really done better by the humans, and Blitzy says, hey, best if you take that on. And so at that point, we know what's left to do, and it's much more clear. And usually this is like 20% or less of the quantum of work. The documentation of the code has taken a couple of days. Okay, so now we have merged the PR with the documentation, and now we have started the next phase, which is the actual refactoring, which is a much bigger job actually, because now we are asking Blitzy to do a heavy lifting to go from the documented code, which is great, which is in its original programming language, which is C. And now we're asking Blitzy to go to Rust. And so we're asking Blitzy to actually create feature parity in Rust, meaning like everything that currently behaves and works and performs in the current code base must be replicated in the target language, which is Rust. And so Blitzy is going to do that according to, again, a prompt that we provide, specifying our intent, and then the agent action plan that Blitzy generates out of the prompt for, in this case, not documentation, but refactoring. We get to review that, and where we say, yes, go. And then Blitzy takes actually several days, in this case, to do the following, to convert each, in the code that has been ingested is translated into a different programming language, in this case, being Rust. Documents also that code in the style of Rust, no longer in the style of C, now is documented the Rust code, okay, as well as compiling the code, verifying that it executes and passes all the tests that were already specified and found in the original code base, but also generating new tests as needed to have that kind of feature completion, okay? And then at the end of that process, when Blitzy is happy with the level of quantum of work, which again is going to be 80% or more of the total, then we get another pull request. And we get to review the pull request again. We get to, if we want to tweak that, we have another opportunity with Blitzy with this feature called review fine-tune pull request. And so we can still tweak that if we want to. In conclusion, we're thrilled to be able to contribute to the success of the Great Refactor through Blitzy. So we're in the process of wrapping this up, so please stay tuned. Very soon we're going to have an official release and you can go and grab it and enjoy the magic delivered to you by Blitzy.